start at 25 feet and have 20 shots to hit the target as many times as you can. You continue on in increments of 25 feet all the way to 75 feet. Once completed, you add the totals. There are 4 aspects of each blaster that can earn a blaster bonus points. These are rate of fire, accuracy device, ergonomics, and iron sights. Whichever blaster has the most points moves forward on the bracket, others are left behind.
Hello guys, to Snipe or Fail Royale for another episode. Today we got some crazy blasters, to say the least. Let's start out with my personal interesting build. Everyone's most hated blaster and the one that Wallcom smashed in half. This is the Fortnite Pump Blaster. It is a one-shot blaster that I have modified. Yes, I modified. I never really thought about it or finished it very well. So if you flip it around, how it works is this barrel, you have to pull it out, which I'm not going to show you here, but during the shooting, you're going to see, it's very hard to pull this barrel out. Then you load it once, you push the barrel back in, prime it, then you fire. It is modified. I did a few things to make it sleeker and easier to aim. This thing hits around 160 feet per second. It does have a spring upgrade, I believe, but nothing insane. It's just a little spring on the regional. So, yeah. And its stats, its rate of fire is absolutely abysmal. Really hard to actually, get this thing to fire fast. Accuracy device does not have one. Ergonomics, this thing is nice and comfy, and it's just honestly not a bad blaster at all. I put some weight in the stock to have it weigh down. It's literally, the weight in the stock is literally hot glue and rocks. So, it does a nice balance somewhat. And then iron sights, honestly, not terrible after I chopped them off. Just straight barrel, which is what I prefer. Barrel's a little thick, but should be fine. So that is this blaster. And this thing is going to be, I have no idea what this thing's going to do. I literally finished it not that long ago. Next up is a blaster that everyone, it seems like it was popular and then it vanished because it was CO2 and people don't like CO2, but you can use HPA. I don't understand it. This is the CO2 powered rekt blaster Jury. This is a 6-shot revolver that holds a CO2 tanks right here. 2 I'll be using. You pop this guy open, throw a tank in there, tie in it with the actual handle, which is the best part. Then it'll be pressurized, so you can just pull the trigger to just fire off rounds, or you can prime it back, so you have a light trigger pull. It's literally just a double action magnum. So let's get into its stats. Rate of fire, you can fan fire it, or you can just, it's insanely fast, incredibly fast. It hits around, honestly, this thing hits all over the place. It's really bad at being consistent, so I just decided to put it as, it hits about 130 feet per second, because the more air you'll use, the weaker it's going to get over time. That's why at 25 and 50 feet, I'm going to use the exact same CO2 tank, but at 75 feet, I'm going to throw a brand new one in here to get the best results we can. Now, accuracy device does not have one. Just how it is. Ergonomics, it's literally 1-to-1 with an actual Magnum. It is comfy and beautiful. Iron sights, once again, just actually Magnum iron sights. Really easy. really good, just flat too, which is what I like and prefer. The barrel's actually up top, so that's good. It lines up pretty well. And yeah, overall, pretty good. So this thing, the rekt jury, gets gets 3 extra bonus points, which is rate of fire, ergonomics, and iron sights. While the Fortnite pump blaster gets 2 bonus points with ergonomics and iron sight. And with that, let's take these 2 bad boys. One more thing, I also have plenty of cylinders for this guy, so we'll have plenty of cylinders for the actual video. So I don't have to just reload very slowly. I can completely flip out the cylinder, pop in a new one. And with that, let's take these blasters to the field and see what they're capable of doing, shall we?
Alright, we got the Fortnite pump blaster. Let's see what we can do at 25 feet, 20 rounds, shall we? Oh, that did not work very well. Fired the dart though. This one I have to keep the barrel really loose or I can't get out of the blaster. Only a design problem. Let's try that again. Firing a little low. Gotta aim up. Alright, we're getting there. A little to the right. That's 1. That's 2. How about that one? Off. Still to the right. That's 3. Still just dead middle, huh? I don't know where that one went. That's 4. Can we get a 5th? No. Well, we got a couple more darts. My hand doesn't get destroyed by trying to remove this barrel. Should have brought pliers. Maybe I'll go back to some pliers. That's 5. Just a few more rounds. Low. I think it's hard to aim because I have to use this massive blaster and aim it just straight at the target, which it takes over the entire target. So I'm just getting lucky, I guess. That's 6. Being covered in sunscreen is not helping. We got 2 more rounds. That's 7. Got 1 more. Can I make it 8? Let's find out. At 25 feet is honestly pretty impressive. Okay, let's move back to 50 and see what it can do, shall we? We got the Fortnite pump at 50 feet. Let's see what it can do, shall we? It was pretty well, it was just slightly left. Don't know where that one went. You put some like grip tape on this barrel. Can't see where these darts are going. This blaster's too big. That makes sense. Alright, a little low. Rip off the skin I ripped. That's a little high. This one might take a little while to dial in. Never mind, that's one. I have to take the barrel out. I have to push on the side of the barrel while having my finger in the barrel. And this thing is not very comfy, that's for sure. That's the bottom of the target, so that does not count. Left once again. Low. That's two. I'm not sure where it hit, but I'm pretty sure that's two. Maybe it was a little low. I don't know where it hit, honestly. But with that loud sound, I'm saying two. Fired the barrel out. If you're wondering why the barrel comes out, is because I barely push it in, so I'm able to take it out very easily. And sometimes the blaster is just air pressure pushes it out slightly. It sometimes launches it out. Either way, it helps with removal, so I'm not going to push it in further. So that's when I'm going to need pliers to remove it. Two so far. Oh, that one was close. That's three. This thing is honestly impressing me. This thing was made just as a joke. Slightly to the right. That was the dart's fault, because these darts are all used. Alright, final one. So my finger's not looking so hot. Alright. That was three at 50 feet, I'm pretty sure. Not bad, especially with this blaster, that's pretty good. Let's see what I can do at 50 feet. I mean 75 feet. There's a chance I stop because my finger is hurting pretty bad. Alright. Here we go. We got Fortnite pump at 75 feet. I'm just trying to get its barrel out. There we go. 20 rounds at 75 feet. Let's see how this guy can do. Let's see about a flat shot. Low. Makes sense. That's still low. That's to the right, but that seems like the right height. I'm aiming about probably 1. That's impressive. I'm aiming about probably around 40 degrees, 35. I hit it. We are tied with now the most hits at 75 feet, and I've fired 3 so far. Well, let's keep trying. Shall we? This thing's surprisingly very straight after you get the right angle on it. Will the Fortnite pump blaster be the farthest shot in the challenge so far? In Sniper Fail Royale. I mean, I got a lot more rounds. We're gonna have to find out. I mean, that was absolutely a lucky shot, but like, can I do it again? Ooh, that was a close one. To the right. I'm surprisingly really close with a lot of these rounds. And I still have like more than 10. Well, probably around 10. Barrel blew out again. Sorry guys, my fingers are just starting to hurt. I'm not trying to push it as hard as I was before. Oh, slightly to the right. Down to 3, I believe. Come on. Give it to me. One more shot. And I get this massive cut on my hand. There. Oh, a little high. Final round. At 75 feet. It's tied with the farthest, actual shot. But can it get 2 and become the farthest shooting leader? That'd be really funny. Fortnite pump blaster. There's a shot. And way to the right. One shot at 75 feet is insanely impressive. I'm honestly really impressed by this thing. So let's get to the rekt blaster, shall we? Alright. 25 feet, we got the rekt Magnum. Let's see what it can do. One. That's 2. And I do have enough shells. This shell will be 2 shots, and then the last 2 shells will be 6. Kind of going all over the place. Three. 5, 6, 6 shots at 25 feet. Not the worst, not great either. Let's see what we can do at 50, shall we? Alright, we got the rekt pistol back at 50 feet. The first shell has 2 shots, the rest have 6. 20 rounds, let's see what we can do. It is all over the place. All those were like aiming in the same spot. One. Last 6. I'm not sure if that was 2. I think that was too low. One at 50 feet. This was pretty bad. This was literally all over the place. Might as well bring it back to 75. I'm going to put a fresh CO2 tank in it to see what I can do, shall we? The rekt Magnum with a new CO2 tank. First shell's 2 shots, the other 3 are 6. Make 20, safety off, see what we can do. Those 2 shots, one went into the ground, the other one went above, way to the right, over near the house. Try this again. All those went to the right, and none of them had the real power to get there. Six left, and it's all over the place. Well, that wasn't even good. Alright, 0 at 75 feet, and let's just get the recap, shall we?
Alright, so here we are at the end. How did everything go? Well, I was insanely impressed by the Fortnite Pump Blaster. I did not expect half of what it did, honestly. It did surprisingly well. Hard to reload, and now my finger is bruised and hurts now, so that's awesome. Need to figure out a better way for this guy to work, but in its iteration as we speak, it got, with its bonus points, it got 15 points, which is pretty impressive, especially for this thing. It doesn't even have an accuracy device, but as long as you could figure out the angle, this thing went very straight, all things considered. It was honestly really impressive. So yeah, this guy, really good. Next up is the rekt Jury. That was so bad. The rekt Jury comes in at 10 points. So, you know what that means. The Fortnite Pump Blaster moves on to another round, moving up in the bracket, which is crazy this thing is crazy and deserves its spot. So let's talk. The rekt jury just has so much power that it doesn't really have enough barrel. Because honestly, the only barrel it really has is the cylinder, which holds the round. The actual rest of it is not like a barrel or anything. It's a little bit loose on the darts. So this thing was just firing them all over the place. It's just not very accurate. At close range, this thing's amazing. You can just... I love using this for zombies when they allow me to. Which is usually not. It's only at my wars that I am able to. You know, just use a little bit of CO2 and it should be fine. But yeah. Just all over the place. Like, at 25 feet, it was okay. And then everything else just couldn't hit anything. Even with a new CO2 tank at 75 feet, I had to angle this thing pretty heavily to hit that target. Well, this thing was impressive all things around, hitting the target at every single 25 feet increment. It honestly did really well, and it deserves its spot. It deserves its spot on the bracket. And with that, yeah, the pump, the Fortnite pump moves on. This is probably the weirdest one so far, but I got weirder. Don't forget, this is 70 blasters. And, yeah. With that, there's nothing really much else to say. I hope to see you guys next time. Every Friday, hopefully. But every Friday, I'll try and get one of these out. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. Drop a comment below if you want to hear anything or see anything. I'm planning on actually updating my channel. You know, the logo and everything. So, hope you guys enjoy this. Hope to see you next time. And bye-bye!
Alright, so I have a whole lot of CO2 I did not use. I have 2 cylinders of 12. This is just going to be a fast forward clip of me firing all the stuff off.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment.